Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not.
Miseryness, I need to borrow the ironing board. Don't worry, it has absolutely nothing to do with the reason. Hi. Tony, why are you an albino? Oh, bollocks, not the duct tape again. Oh, no, please! Oh, get some... No! Oh, damn it!
Now this might get a bit complicated. Previously on the Amanda Hagen Reviews, the avatar of decent humor...
Where are those clips coming from?
Shut up! The avatar of decent humor is a small-time personification of an abstract and didn't have the big thinking needed to try and kill you, and definitely didn't have the money to bribe a whole army of police officers to kill you. She needed me!
Who are you?
She might rule every atheist on the planet due to a misprint on page 34 of the Atheist Bhagavad Gita. But she had no means to get past Hagen's pesky little ability to come back to life after being killed by bullets. She needed a weapon that could cut you down and leave her dead. She needed me. She always needed me.
Excuse me? Who are you?
I am the man behind everything. The man behind the curtain. I was even behind that Project Colossus. The little thing mentioned in the Ilsa review that didn't go anywhere. It was me. I'm the man behind everything. I gave her the laser gun that would have taken the mistress's life if Richard Dawkins hadn't got the killing thought first. Before that, I gave her the money to bribe the police. I keep giving her your phone number.
Seeing as she won't stay dead, that's quite annoying, you know.
I also kidnapped your mother, the Sultan of Darkness, me and a fez!
So, who are you?
I'm Lord Ted! Your master and lord!
What have you done with Teddy? Alistair, Teddy's dead. Oh, that's upset me a little.
I am Teddy of a sort. While your Teddy was working his finger to the bone, your loyal servant, I rule the world like this. One day, I heard Teddy's cry. He wanted to be free. And I decided to make this world as free as mine.
But if you rule this alternate reality with an iron fist, then surely all your people are just as unfree as Teddy was.
They're all free. Free to be my slaves. Good thinking. When the Avatar failed for the umpteenth time, I took matters into my own hands. I informed my slaves and underlings that I would be taking a trip and travel here, where I easily took over the identity of my dead doppelganger. He who died only to be free. I did his jobs. I waited. Frankly, I was a bit surprised you didn't notice me and you killed the other Teddy yourself. But I suppose you killed so many for so many reasons. I spread dissent. An unhappy army is a disloyal one. You saw that when no one thought to avenge you when you died last time. And when the time was right, I struck. Or rather, I got sick of doing the job. Now, all I need to do is pull this trigger and...
Okay, go ahead.
I'm hardly stupid enough to not realize that Teddy reappeared with his fucking head intact.
I ordered the minions to find out what the fuck you were doing and then pretend to join you, and when the time was right, to do this.
Betrayed! But they all hate you!
Fucking right they do, but after what happened last time one of them betrayed me, none of them are gonna fucking try that again. I also told them to replace your gun. You shouldn't have brought one that looks like a fucking toy! Oh, kill him. Well, that was anticlimactic. Could someone untie me? No, he held me there for 3 weeks. I have a review to do. No, I'm too busy. He had me standing there. He had me standing there for 4 fucking weeks. Greetings, gentle viewers! Yes, you're getting a new review before I even sit down. It's the last episode of the series, so we have a kids' movie, The Worst Witch. Based on a series of books made before Harry Potter was a glint in J.K. Rowling's eyes, it's the story of a young misfit in a boarding school for witchcraft and wizardry. I won't say Harry Potter's a rip-off, but I might insinuate it. Insinuate! The similarities are so huge that this film is a bit easier to handle if you just treat it like a deranged Harry Potter fan film where almost everyone got a sex change. A bit like Harry Potter and the Mists of Avalon. In fact, that's what I'll treat it as. It's early morning, and as per the rules of British all-girl boarding schools, they recreate part of a famous musical.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Steady treated, we get tricked. Steady kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life.
One of the truly odd things about this film is even though it's a Harry Potter film, there is no sign of Harry. The main character is played by Fruza Balk. Now, you might think that they're playing Harry, but no. She's far too incompetent. No, she's Ron. Her best friend is Hermione, who escaped the effects of whatever femininity ray was used. Probably because she was probably already female. Snape is, as usual, teaching the potions class.
The potion for today is the laughter potion.
Apparently they had their budget cut. They're stuck on the kindergarten potions. Ron and Hermione are having trouble because of a few different factors, but mainly because Ron's shit. I think she's being distracted by suddenly being a brunette. Anyway, the scene raises a few weird fucking questions.
You should be finished by now, girls. A laughter potion should be made quickly, in case it's needed in an emergency.
A. Emergency laughter potion. What the fuck? B. Emergency laughter potion. What the fuck? C. One of the ingredients is pondweed gathered at midnight. Nothing that requires something to be gathered at fucking midnight as an ingredient can be whipped up in an emergency. And D. Emergency laughter potion. What the fuck? Everyone else manages to either make the potion perfectly or realise that Snape wouldn't actually grade you in what's in the potion but rather how you reacted to it, and so faked it. Ron and Hermione apparently used pondweed gathered a few minutes after midnight and so made an invisibility spell, which raises questions about a fuckload of things.
Your boots are mine. Must be mine. Lasers are undone. Let's swap. My boots, come over here.
And that fuckload of things becomes an even bigger fuck ton of things when we see that their body parts are moving around without them. They managed to make themselves invisible and separate their bodies into parts with no ill effects. They created a perfect potion for assassins. How can this be only a few minutes difference from making a fucking laughter potion? You want to see how fucking useful that'd be? Observe! Well, sort of observe. You can strangle someone while invisible from another room. You can push someone out of a window from the other side of the room. You could trip them up, knocking them down the stairs from another building. And finally, you could beat someone to death from another floor. Even pretending fucks the target up. I am overthinking this. Next scene. Because Snape really fucking hates Ron with a fervour that she usually leaves for everyone, Ron gets to see Dumbledore. All because she failed a pop quiz that they were lucky that they even had the right random shit to be able to take. If this happened in the real world, the headmaster would need fucking magic just to see all the students that fucked up. But maybe Snape just misses Harry and is transferring her hatred to Ron. Anyway, Dumbledore does the usual Dumbledore shit, i.e. be elderly. kind, try not to get caught seducing young men, and be supportive to the main character's plight.
You must be the worst witch in the entire school.
Well, if that was Harry, Dumbledore would have been totally supportive, though she seems to be spending most of her time trying to work out how long it'd take her to regrow her beard. Dumbledore's insanely 1980s niece arrives. I've decided that they're actually whoever the fuck Bill Nye played. I'm sure they're going to be very important and do not exist just so we can have a really, really crap 80s referencey joke.
My Donna!
Late that night, Ron and Hermione aren't talking about how everyone else in their dorm is able to sleep in that well-lit room, but rather about Ron's worries about being expelled.
I just think I'll never make it as a witch.
Oh, come on. If Seamus fucking Finnegan can graduate Hogwarts, I'm sure you can. They then talk about Snape and her never-ending hatred for Ron.
I heard that she was once madly in love with the chief wizard. Yeah, but a prettier witch cast a spell over him, and every time he looked at HB, he thought she was a slimy frog. Imagine kissing that. Imagine kissing HB.
Oh, no, fuck off, Diana Rigg! Little girl, did you say what I think you said?
Imagine kissing HB.
I thought so. Hermione kissing Snape, and they're both female, and one's 10. Get out, Images! Get out of my fucking head! Fucking class fiction, no! Hermione fucking female Snape! Class pedophilic fiction, no! Get out of my brain! I feel better!
I would think, after your disastrous performances today, you should hardly be spreading disgusting gossip about matters which do not concern you.
Yes, Miss Ardham.
Why is the green light that followed Snape around not shining on the two girls?
Pleasant nightmare.
I'm sure I will have. I'm going to be wondering about that for days. After yelling the shit out of the kids, Snape leaves and it's time for assembly. All the teachers are there. Madame Hooch, whose clothing seems to have been dyed red by the magic feminizing ray. Weird. Dumbledore, Snape, and people who would be lucky if they even get names in the cast list. They all sing the school song, which I'll protect you from because I love you more than the makers of this film do. And because Filch isn't doing his fucking job, there's someone outside the school listening in. Weirdly dressed, bright pink hair and crazy makeup. Clearly the villain! This person is apparently Dumbledore's sibling and they live nearby, so they're Alberforth. Maybe she's been driven insane because she finds it harder to seduce ghosts than she used to. Anyway, if they remade this today, Fairuza Balk could totally walk into the role of the green-haired witch.
They've changed my school song. But never mind, Mr. Sagatha. Soon it'll all be yours. All of it. Was mine. By birth, mine. Before my sister stole it.
How exactly does one steal a school?
With great difficulty, mistress.
Come on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're late for assembly.
So having accidentally made our villains into a laughingstock, well, more of a laughingstock, Ron and a couple other stragglers join the assembly, just in time for the school to begin giving out cats.
According to tradition, we present to each of the first-year girls her very own kitten.
Ron gets given a pussy. Again. The first cat goes to Draco Malfoy, still evil, still blonde, and still with roughly the same haircut. There's a fuckload of students but only a smallish basket of kittens, so I'm going to assume for my own amusement that more than a few cats died when they crammed them all into the basket. And through the terrible magic of magic, some of those girls get zombie kittens. What? It's more fun than assuming it's a bottomless basket. Of course, all the kittens it produces except for Ron's are black. This fucking school has more All Blacks than the New Zealand rugby team. How can they tell the kittens apart?
I'm so sorry, darling. We ran out of black ones. We could paint him.
Please stop compounding the question, and why can't you change the cat's colour by magic? I'm going to stay here until you answer me. Actually, I don't care that much. Next scene. Meanwhile, out in the Forbidden Forest, the evil witches do a song that with some minor lyric changes I could make the anthem of Afghanistan.
So if you feel safe,
Filthy,
smelly,
smelly,
evil, wicked, and cruel,
The students head out to train their kittens to sit on their broomsticks. This, of course, means terrible chroma key. Zoe Wanamaker lists Madame Hooch. A good look at the school, which looks like it could hold, 30 people if they were small. And, of course, there's insults.
Makes it sound so easy. It is.
Filthy little mudblood.
I sense forced zaniness approaching, like something that's slightly more zany than a not very zany thing.
Are you all right, Tommy? Stop! Whoa! Don't panic, Tommy. Witchy Broom, what's the matter? Look how!
Ah, there's the bell.
I don't know what's worst here. The acting, the chroma key, the fact that the cat's plainly just sitting there, the terrible joke ending, the dubbing on the cat, or the fact that Madame Hooch didn't even fucking notice a student doing a kamikaze run in the school building. Do you want to see a game that's even stupider than Quidditch? Well, you can on most late-night sports channels, or you can continue watching the review because we have Terror Tag!
Gloria. Verity. Misty. Spinner. Maud.
More old lady names than Russell T Davies' Doctor Who companion convention. This game is several degrees on the Matthew Graham scale of stupidity above Quidditch. Some of the students hide and others seek, and when searching they have to scare each other. For points. Now, will this work any better with scary music? Teddy! Oh yeah. No, that's not it. How the fuck do you work this thing?
My name is Teddy. I like
If he wasn't dead, he would be now. It'll do. That game might have worked if they were able to use fucking magic. You know, like they're supposed to be able to do. It's not like they can use magic in the game but just chose not to. It's mentioned that even something as basic as wearing a mask was considered cheating. And weirdly, the girl taking the score always names the person screaming, no matter where they are in the school, except for the one who screams in the same room as her. I have no fucking idea. Ron's team loses because of Draco's evil, Death Eater-like cheating, so Ron turns her into a pig. As you do.
You're all pig! Turn me back! Come on!
Got a onesie wall, I lent it. No. It's no use, Ethel, I can't.
You idiot!
As you've come to expect, Snape acts derisively to everyone in the room and gets Ron to check the library for counterspells. She'd do it herself, but she's far too busy being sexual about magic.
A witch must be in control of her magic, at the peak of her potency.
But on the way to the library, it's time to drop in on Miss, we couldn't afford another actor.
Yes, Mildred, what is it?
Oh, Miss Spats, Miss Hardman told me to tell you that Ethel will be late for chanting.
All right, Mildred, off you go now.
Sorry, Miss Spats.
Watching this is like trying to watch an entire series of 5-minute micro-episodes in a row. Barring the stuff about the evil witches in the forest, there is no overarching story here. Well, I suppose you could call Ron's crapness at magic a story, but it's really more of a theme. And I'm not sure how accidentally doing spells that are much more impressive than everyone else their age makes her crap at magic. It's a bit like flunking someone in science because they accidentally invented a perpetual motion machine when they're supposed to be burning magnesium. Anyway, they ran out of money for the pig handlers.
Your boots have come back.
Manimal.
You need spell for this, Mildred Hubble! My father's on the board of wizards. Remember the skull and skeleton then? I'm gonna tell him what you did!
I think they made their school uniforms out of unstable molecules. Later on, a photo of Tim Curry's getting a Justin Bieber level of pubescent girl affections. If only all girls that age had such fine taste. What, just because I'm gay doesn't mean I can't see? After adding the picture of Tim Curry to her personal porn stash, Snape tells the class how they're going to be doing a special broomstick display for him when he arrives. Just why this involves doing a 1950s dance, I really don't understand.
questions?
Yeah, isn't your chalkboard really badly designed? I was just asking you, bitch. Oh, Tim Curry masturbation. Take your time. What the fuck? Oh, more debris from the alternate reality. Hey, you are me, but not as attractive. Very much so.
Shut up, Nina.
I'll be good.
Listen, vagina groin. Where is Lord Ted?
You're standing in him.
Ah!
Now get the fuck out of here and take your dunghill with you. Tech Minion, I want a massive fucking interdimensional bug zapper setup that will fry the next son of a bitch who tries to teleport in here.
Do you want to fry actual bugs, mistress? Because that'll take a little extra time.
Only freakishly large ones.
Hail Hagen.
Hail me. Where was I? Oh yes, they're flying and Tangerine Dream is playing somewhere on the school grounds.
Sinister Sisters have potential. Good loop the loop.
So Snape and Hooch decide the team to do the aerobatics for Tim Curry. Tim is apparently the boss of the Wizarding World or something and is called the Grand Wizard, so named because the title of Grand Cyclops was already stolen by Cedric, the racist wizard of Alabama. Now, because the student's been doing the 80s kids magical TV movie equivalent of cocaine...
Please, Miss Harborough, she's in the infirmary. Miss Cackle says she's been at the laughter potion again.
Indeed.
Ron gets to join the aerobatics team, and because we've not quite filled our shenanigans quota, Ron has to fly a broomstick that Draco was cursed.
Fire and alabaster. Gin rummy, canaster. When I say faster, I order disaster.
In a few years, she's going to use red lights and that chant to make her vibrators more dramatic. Anything else going on? Well, the witches who stole my fashion sense are getting drunk and planning on attacking the school come morning, because everyone at the school will be exhausted in the morning, and apparently hangovers don't exist. Anyway, that's just silly. Everyone knows it takes at least 6 films to attack a wizard school. Anyway, it's Halloween, and as per tradition, they set the school on fire. Also, Tim Curry has robbed 3 circuses of their tents. That suit, that bat tie, that smile... I don't think they were deliberately going for a child molester, but they achieved it. So, what happens when the leader of the Wizarding World arrives in a tiny school to celebrate Halloween? Well, a song.
Hit it!
Anything can happen on Halloween.
Your background could become a green screen. This song is the perfect storm of awesome crapness. The effects are right out of a 1980s TV studio. The awkward dancing, you can see it in Tim Curry's eyes that he really knows how terrible this is in the deepest part of his soul, and he still gives it his all. And finally, the cherry on the cake, the fact that they quickly run out of things to rhyme with Halloween.
Anything can happen on Halloween. Your toenails grow long and your hair turns green. Your teacher could become a sardine. Your dentist could turn into a queen. Has anybody seen my tambourine? I may start playing big in the beginning. The craziest night you've ever seen. This hairy, scary, creepy, crawling Halloween.
I fucking love that. Best part of the film. Now, on to the inevitable fuck up in the broomstick display.
Faster! What's happening? Hold on!
Draco killed some people.
If these are the witches of the future, I hate to think what the future will bring. What is this generation coming to? I've got a split. I've got another gig.
So Ron gets yelled at and Tim flies off like a dick, making sure to switch off the fire as he goes. Fearing that she'll be expelled, Ron spends the night crying and runs away from the school first thing in the morning. She brings her cat, who spends the whole time looking like all it wants to do is get the fuck out of there. While flying, Ron overhears the Sisters of Infernal Exposition talking about their plans to take over the school.
Oh, one! must escape!
Oh my gosh, they're plotting to take over the entire school. Turn everyone into toads.
Snape.
There's a stranger in our midst.
I smell dog's droppings.
So here we go. Frau Ron versus Cyndi Lauper. A battle of wits, a battle of magic, a battle of spells, a battle of not so special effects.
Snakeweed and ivy, puppy dog tails, turn these witches into snails.
Who the fuck decided that she was the worst witch? She fucking beat a platoon of adult evil witches! So Ron arrives back, the cat is still trying to escape the film, and they talk about expelling Ron for running away, which is just brilliant. You might as well punish someone for stealing food by giving them cake. So where did Ron keep the box full of snails on the journey back? Simple! Pocket dimension. Anyway, the spell's reversed and...
Now what in the name of Halloween do you think you are doing?
Dumbledore's so angry that she won't appear in the same shot as the others. Ron's told to go to the Great Hall where everyone's waiting for her, and in a scene that I'm sure is a little bit like the nightmares of some people who were sexually abused as children, she's beckoned to join the Grand Wizard in front of the class. He talks about how special she is and how they are going to have a great deal of fun together.
Would you like to practice with me?
I think I've just worked out why Fruzelbalk was the crazy witch in the craft. So that was the worst witch. It had more in common with Harry Potter than Jaws had with Great White. The special effects were terrible, the mishmash of accents was just weird, the episodic structure made it feel disjointed, and almost no characters gave us any clues as to why they acted the way they did. I say almost because I didn't comment on it at the time, but the first bit of bullying between Ron and Draco was actually Ron kicking Draco while they were invisible, which makes her bullying a little more understandable, though still way fucking disproportionate. The best thing in this by far is the musical number, and that's because it's a guilty pleasure. If you must see a young Fruzelbalk in a fantasy kids film and you want something good, then watch Return to Oz. This is fun if you're about 6, which is about the age I was when I remember seeing it for the first time. If you're any older than that, try to make it into a drinking game. You'll feel better in the end. Hangover or not. Having said all that, this is still the best Harry Potter film ever made. I'm Amanda Hagen, and I learn to live with it every day. Now, internet. Do what you're gonna do.